Hello, this is Jacob Hiller with thejumpmanual.com. Just here to explain a little bit about how the Jump Manual got started. When I was in high school, I wanted to jump higher than anybody else. I wanted to be able to jump from the free throw line and dunk, and I was pretty tall and I was really excited. About every 6 months I ended up trying a different vertical jump program. I did the strength shoes, I did Air Alert, I did Air Alert 2, I did the stair training exercises, I did plyometrics, I did depth jumps, I did squats, I did lunges, and I was just trying all the different programs the different coaches and experts were giving me. Each time I was so excited because I really thought this was going to take my vertical to that next level where I could play above the rim and really take things to a whole new level. Unfortunately, after every workout, I'm just dead tired and I'm really just pushing my body to the max. I didn't know anyone who was training as hard as I was to increase my vertical. Unfortunately though, I only got minimal increases. Yes, my vertical jump did increase and my stamina increased greatly, but my explosion and my ability to jump only increased by maybe about 6 inches. And this continued into college. I went and played college basketball and I also ran college track, and they gave me more exercises and more plyometrics, and I really trusted them as coaches because I thought they would know what would take me to the next level of performance. Unfortunately, the same thing. I only gained a few more inches at that level, and I was really frustrated. After my second year of college, I went on a 2-year service trip, and during that trip I was away from training, I was away from basketball, and I finally realized exactly what I needed to do in order to increase my vertical. And I was on this service trip, so I just took 15 minutes every night and tried out some of the principles, and I noticed an incredible difference with not as much work as I was doing. So when I got home from that service trip, I put myself through a 3-month training regime. And at the end of 3 months, I was playing basketball one day, I was warmed up, and I realized I could touch my head on the rim. I could jump this far from the free throw line and dunk. I'm 6'3", and I was dunking over people. I was 360 dunking with 2 hands. I was reversing. I was coming from outside of the lane. I was doing whatever I wanted, and I realized that I was where I wanted to be finally. And so I'm just taking it to a more higher and higher level. And what would happen is I'd go play at the local gym. People would notice not so much my shot, not so much my basketball skills, but they would always notice how high I jumped. They'd always say, "How did you learn how to jump that high?" And I start to explain to them, get real excited and tell them all about the different training drills and principles that I had to follow and how I had tried all the other jump training programs. But I took a few of them on as a personal trainer and I trained them. And when they were following the same principles, doing the same exercises, and taking the same diet as I was, they had an incredible increase in their vertical jump program. And 100% of these guys were all people who had tried other programs, had tried the other programs that they had bought and then gone and really spent a lot of enthusiasm trying to take their vertical to the next level. So really I'm just here to share with you, what I've done, and hopefully it helps you and takes you to a new level. A lot of you are probably at the point where you've tried a lot of programs, or you don't know really what's going to work because you've tried so many things. And so these next few minutes of this video, I hope will help you understand how you can take your vertical to the next level. Guys, what I noticed from a lot of the vertical jump training programs out there, and I'm not here to make any enemies because I know that there are a lot of good ones out there. Unfortunately, there are a lot of bad ones as well. A lot of you are doing these training drills and training programs that you've bought, and what's happening is you end up training your jumping endurance and not your jumping explosion. There are programs out there that are taking you to 1,200 repetitions in a certain exercise. Guys, I liken that to one thing. Think if you were a sprinter and you were going to run the 100-yard dash. Would you run 2-mile runs to train you for running that 100-yard dash? No, you would not do that. If you did that, you would probably get slower because you were training the wrong types of muscles. When you train and you're pacing yourself, what you're actually training is your slow twitch muscles. So any of these exercises that you're having to pace yourself at, you're probably training your endurance. I call the level you need to train at, I call it the improvement zone, which basically means if your vertical is currently at 19 inches, per se, let's say 19 inches is up to here, and you're training your vertical by doing jumps that are like 10 inches high, then you're training your jumping endurance at this level. The only way you can take your vertical to the next level is to go beyond that is to push always that max. So guys, a lot of you are out there training your jumping endurance and not your jumping explosion. There's another thing that a lot of you aren't doing that it's very hard to do. People tell us that eating and the proper diet are actually more important than the way we exercise, and it's really tough to take that seriously. I went for years without taking that seriously. I was 200 pounds, I'm 6'3", and I was trying to get to 215 pounds. I tried for a year working in the gym 5 days a week, and I was eating okay, but I wondered why I couldn't get to 215, and why I couldn't put on the muscle I wanted to put on. Guys, I finally, listened to all my friends who were telling me what I needed to eat and the different supplements that I needed to take in order to gain muscle. And after doing that specific regime, which was very hard and it took a lot of discipline, but I went from 200 to 235 pounds, and in less time than I ever thought possible. It took about 4 months, and so I was about 235 pounds, about 9% body fat, and still jumping with the same intensity that I was before. So that was really exciting for me. And guys, the Jump Manual is going to tell you exactly what you need to be eating. And if you do not take it seriously, if you do not take the diet portion, and you do not take the training your explosion and not your endurance very, very seriously, it's going to dramatically affect how well you do in your jump training. Guys, it's a simple formula for jumping higher. It's strength plus quickness equals explosion. So you've got to train your strength, and then you've got to train your quickness, and then you will get explosion. It's one thing if you're strong. Let's say you can squat 900 pounds. But if you can do that only very slowly, you're not creating any explosion at all. But if you can do that same lift in a split second, that is what creates explosion. So guys, we talked a little bit about what you need to be doing as far as the mode of your workout needing to be intensity, quality over quantity. Quality way, way over quantity. So every time you go and train, you need to up your intensity to the point where you're pushing your max vertical each time, and then you will notice a slow and steady climb. It's not going to happen overnight, but as you push that level, you can jump 19 inches and you're constantly pushing that level, increasing strength, increasing quickness, then it's just going to keep climbing and climbing, and then one day you're going to be in the gym and you're going to notice that you're able to jump a lot higher than you ever thought possible. Guys, there's a couple other things I wanted to cover that you get with the manual. Guys, this isn't a manual where you buy the Jump Manual and then you're off on your own. I stand behind my product, so if you guys have any questions, I provide unlimited email support. I've trained hundreds of people to jump higher, and so I know a lot of the common errors that people are making and the common exceptions and questions that people might have for their certain situation. Maybe you have a very specific goal you're trying to meet. I can help you tailor that program exactly for you. A lot of the manuals out there, they try and make one specific program for about 1 million different people. Now the problem is that everyone is a little bit different. Some of you have had more experience with weights, more experience with plyometrics, or less experience, or whatever it is. Guys, I'm here to help you with the different exceptions that you're going to have, so you get unlimited email support. And right now, if you do have any questions about the manual, go to the Contact Us page and call me or email me. And I just want to let you know that I'm here to stand behind the product and work with you personally to increase your vertical jump. The other thing that you get that I believe is an incredible support to you is you have access to a vertical jump training forum where your peers are also training with the same principles, and you'll be able to see how they're getting results. I've already had people get crazy results off the program, and they're on the forum posting different results that they've had, also talking amongst themselves about what's working and not working. So to work with like-minded people who have the same goal of creating the maximum explosion that you can, that's incredible. Guys, just a little more information about the Jump Manual before you make a decision on what you'd like to do. A lot of these programs are giving you like 200 to 300 pages of material that you need to read through in order to understand how a vertical jump program works. And maybe they're doing that because it seems like you're getting a greater value. 200 to 300 pages is quite a lot. But guys, who wants to read 200 to 300 pages? I've made the Jump Manual specifically very concise, very focused. It will probably take you under 30 minutes to read the entire manual and know exactly what you need to be doing. And at that point, if you do have any questions, you can email me and I will get back to you within 24 hours about what you need to be doing to get your vertical jump to the next level. What a lot of you may not know is that the vertical jump increases that you get will go hand in hand with quickness and first step quickness increases. So guys, I'm really excited for you to get the manual, to read through and understand what principles are going to get you to jump higher. It will make sense to you guys. Please don't go out there and buy a program just because there's somebody dunking on the video on the site or because there's testimonials out there, because I've spent a lot of enthusiasm, I've spent a lot of money, I've spent a lot of time on programs that just don't work, that I was really excited about. Please make a decision based on understanding what you need to do. And if you have any questions about that, please email or call me. Thank you and good luck.